welcome back to another video, guys. In today's video we're going to be talking about support and resistance. How do we draw accurate level, and everything about support and resistance. So let's get started. This video is going to be really helpful and informative for traders that have already been trading, or whether you're new to the forex market, and hopefully you guys can learn the tricks of support and resistance, and basically how do we trade support and resistance, what are support and resistance, and so on and so forth. So let's get started. First thing first, guys, please read the disclaimer below, and once you've read the disclaimer, please continue with the video. Okay, so I'm hoping that you guys have read the disclaimer by now, so let's get started. So this video is all about support and resistance. What is support, what is resistance, and everything to do with that. So let's get started. So basically, support and resistance, they're like levels or key levels type of things, where support is like the floor and the resistance is like the ceiling. Let's just say, for example's sake, and you can either do it by drawing horizontal lines, or you can do it by drawing boxes, whichever you prefer. I personally do both, because sometimes the lines are not that accurate, so you can do the boxes as well, and I'll be showing you how you can do that as well. And basically these are the places where market pauses. So it's like a level or a price where market decides to pause, and if it's going down, then it'll act like a support level, because obviously the market is standing on top. And if it's going up, then it will act as a resistance level, because it's like a roof. So it's like, imagine you're going up the stairs and you reach the roof and you can't do anything else, and imagine going down the stairs and you reach the ground, and that's support. So I'm hoping that this is an example that you guys can go by. So what is support? Support is basically a price level, where a downtrend can be expected to pause. So let's just say if you're going down, we can expect the price to pause at a certain support level, and then a lot of traders can trade this level, or it can indicate that the market will stop, and the prices the market will bounce from this level. So that's pretty much support. And then resistance is the opposite. So if a currency pair is going up and it stops, and then it stops at a roof point or stops at a high point, so that's resistance. So basically you need to consider the support level is the floor, and resistance level is the roof. And if the price stops and reverses from the support level, or if it hits it multiple times and it holds that level and it doesn't break that level, then that is a really strong support level. And resistance, guys, is basically when the trend's going up, so making higher highs and higher lows, and then the trend stops at a certain point of interest or a certain key level, and it acts as like a resistance. So resistance, the market tries to break it, but it just bounces off it and it holds that level, then that is a strong resistance level. And it's like a ceiling, that you can't break that ceiling, because that's a hard ceiling, and basically that ceiling is being respected. So the same way, support is the floor, and the resistance is like a ceiling that the price struggles to break through, and the more time it bounces off that level, and the more it holds that level, and then the more it shows respect to that level, that means it's a strong resistance level. So I'm hoping that you guys got the point, and I'll be showing you the example as well, so you can have a look at it. So a lot of people like to trade reversals, and they like to trade, they want to know when a support level or the resistance level is being respected, so they can trade the trade, and that's perfectly fine, because I do that as well. But then, guys, what we need to remember is we need to draw the most recent support and resistance levels. We can't draw resistance levels that are so back, because then it will be a change of trend and you'll be going against the trend. So we want to be making sure that we are not breaking the rules, and we follow the correct procedure, and we draw them accurately as well. And I'll be showing you how you can draw them as well on TradingView and later on, so you can have a look. So the thing with this is that once a resistance level is breached, it becomes support. So when we go through the ceiling, obviously now we're above the ceiling, and then we can only bounce on the ceiling as a support level. The same way, let's just say a support level, if we break through the floor, or if you're on the first floor and you go to the ground floor, now the first floor becomes your resistance. So you need to remember that if you break a resistance level, it becomes a support, and if you break a support level, it becomes a resistance. So this is something that we guys need to remember. So when we go up and we we've gone above the roof, now we're on the rooftop, we're standing on the roof, then that's our support. And if you're going down and we go down below the first floor, now the first floor becomes our resistance because it is above us. So the same way, we need to understand this concept with support and resistance as well, instead of complicating it, because when you complicate it, you will make things harder for yourself, guys. So how do we trade support resistance? We can pinpoint the levels, and obviously we can do this in multiple ways, guys. So how I like to pinpoint them is basically, depending on you look at a certain level and you identify where the price has bounced from or reversed from, and this could be on any time frame, for example like the hourly or the 4 hours or even the daily as well. And depending on your trading strategy, you pinpoint these levels what the market was respecting, and then you basically look to trade off those levels. You can confirm that level. So let's just say, if you're not too sure, if the level has multiple touches before, the more times the price has basically bounced or respected that level, that level becomes stronger, and the stronger the level, the better it is, means the higher the probability you will win the trade. So we need to remember that the more a level's been held, the better it is for us to trade that particular level. And again, it has to be recent level, guys. We can't trade levels that old, because then they no longer become valid. So we can wait for a signal. I'm saying this because just because the price has got to a certain support or resistance level doesn't mean that we just take the trade blindly off the level. So we need to wait for a signal. So I typically like to see a bit of weakness in there. So let's just say like a hammer candle or a shooting star to show a weakness, followed by another candle that surpasses it or is bigger than the previous candle. So I typically like to trade between two candle chart pattern, and what I do is I wait for a weakness candle to be printed and another candle that engulfs that, or it breaks a high of that if you're taking a buy, or low of that if you're taking a sell. So I've got two candle confirmation, and one candle shows a weakness, the second candle engulfs that candle, and you're showing that the trade can work. So that's the typical way that I like to trade it. Again, it will be different for you guys. I'm just telling you what works for me and what has worked for me. So please wait for a signal. Don't just blindly enter the trade because it's got to that. And secondly, you need to set stop losses. So don't just trade that level without setting a stop loss, because if it goes against you and if it gets you into a false trade, then we want to have a stop loss to make sure that we are not losing too much money, and we're risking what we want to risk, and we're sticking to the plan. So that's really important, guys. So I want you guys to set proper stop losses. I want you to check the level if it's a decent level, and I want you to wait for a signal before you enter, guys. The factors that enhances the strength of support resistance level, guys. So volume is one of them. If the volume is really high and the price approaches the support and resistance level, then it's a good thing, because if the volume is high and it's approaching it, that means that the level can work. Another thing is the time. So the longer the level's been respected, guys, it's really important that it holds a specific level. Because if it just goes through the level's not valid. But if it bounces off it and it holds it, and the level keeps pushing the price off it, then that means that the longer that's happening for, the better it is for us. And the third thing is price events. So let's just say that there's news going on and there's things that break the level, but we need to keep an eye on these events, because we don't want to be trading when there's news. And during these events, like let's just say CPI and non-farm payroll, our levels will not be respected that much, guys, because due to the liquidity and due to the volume, it breaks through a couple of them. So we don't want to be trading at that particular time. Do remember, guys, when it's news and when it's a medium and a high impact news, stay out of the market, especially stay out. We're not here to gamble, we're here to make money, we're here to make a living out of trading. We're not here to gamble at all, and we're not here to blow our money away or give it away, because it's a hard-earned cash, and we need to make sure that we protect our trading account as well. We want to stay in the game for longer. We don't want to come in and get out straight away, because that would not be sensible, guys. So I'll be showing you how to draw support resistance levels. So let's get started. This is a chart. If you're enjoying the content I'm providing, please like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you. For GBP CAD, this is a pair that I like to trade. So how do I draw my resistance level, guys? First thing first, I get a horizontal line and I draw them at point of interest. As you can tell here, 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, almost a third bounce there as well, and it's acted like a resistance level as well. And if you're not too sure, then you can do these boxes, because these boxes work a little bit more better. And make sure your box is no bigger than the size of my box, guys, so you know it's a really small decent sized box. So I like to typically do it the both ways, with the line being the most accurate point that's been held, and with the box that it could be somewhere inside the box and I can look to trade the level. Another one would be here, so we can class that as a level as well. As you can tell, it's been respected as resistance, support, and again we can draw a box here as well if you like to. And then as you can tell here, support, but then when we went through that, it became a resistance level. So it was tap once, tap twice, tap 3, tap 4. It didn't, the wick can close past it, guys, but the body can't. So that's one of my rules. So we can look to take a short position here, for instance, and we can catch a good trade until the next structure. So this is typically how I would like to trade. My stop loss will typically be above the structure here as well, and I like to set about 20 to 25 pip stop loss and aim for a minimum risk to reward of 1 to 3. It's 1 to 4 here, but I like to minimum aim for a 1 to 3 because it keeps my trading more sustainable. And as you can tell, guys, if you aim for 1 to 3, there was another level here that was respected, and then this was a previous support level, and that was respected really well. So you can either draw a line, or you could draw a box as well, depending on what you prefer. And both work, guys. It's not that, you know, it's just the lines that work or just the box that works. They both work. As you can tell here, we broke through that level of support and it became resistance, and we bounced off that once, we bounced off that twice, and we bounced off that 3 times, guys. So this is a really simple trading strategy. And what I meant by the engulfing thing as well, so let's just say we take, for example's sake, let's just say we were trading this support level here. As you can tell, guys, we've had one rejection candle, then the second candle engulfs that candle there, and then the same thing here as well. So I would typically enter just there, put my stop loss there around 25 pips, and then aim for a 1 2 3 here. So we can aim for 1 2 3, really easy money, guys. And what I mean by the entry pattern as well, as you can tell, we wait for a rejection candle and we wait for an engulfing candle after it, and then we can catch a 1 2 3 trade. Similar thing here, guys. There's a rejection candle there and another candle engulfed it. So let me just take a short position from here. So where's the short one? It's there. So I take the short position there, I put my stop loss above it, so I would like to typically put 20 to 25 pip, and again 1 2 3, quite simply, guys. So this is really simple trading strategy. Support and resistance is really simple, it works really well, it's worked for me and for a long time, and this is probably one of the best support and resistance videos you will see on YouTube, guys. So please subscribe to my channel, please like this video as well, and I've got other videos that will really help you enhance your trading, so please go back to them. I'm doing it for you guys, and I want you guys to be successful at trading, so you know, hopefully you can make a good living at trading as well. Now, with support and resistance, guys, we're coming to a conclusion that, you know, support and resistance could help traders, and it could help, you know, with potential reversals or breakouts. They're tools, but again, in every tool there's pros and cons, guys. We need to identify the entry and exit points with an accurate stop loss as well. Like all trading strategies, guys, support and resistance does have its losing period as well. So, but if we stick to risk to reward and we stick to 1 to 3, like I was telling you guys, you know, then hopefully there's nothing stopping you guys from becoming profitable, and you guys can make money from trading as well. Again, these techniques and methods do not guarantee success, and it carries risk, so please be advisable of that and risk what you can afford, guys. Try with a demo account, use proper risk management, and hopefully you guys will make, you know, a good living out trading by following the strict parameters of trading and following the concepts the right way. Don't break the rules, guys, stick to the rules, and hopefully you'll see a lot of difference in your trading. Once again, guys, please like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping that, you know, this video, that you've learned a lot from this video. Again, the more knowledge you have, the better it is, and again, you need to practice this on demo accounts or even trading view, and hopefully you will become better at it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.